All right, so now we are doing our three-choice chamber. There are 10 pill bugs in each different colored chamber. So again, we are recording this for a little over 5 minutes, so you can get a 5-minute trial. You will be recording every 30 seconds how many pill bugs are in each chamber. And again, I would make sure that I pause. Hey, there's a couple there.
Thank you.
Make sure that I pause my video when my data recorder needs to count. Oh, they're still
Oh, jeez.
getting out.
You can't look away.
You cannot. It's like having a toddler around.
Seriously, I'm not ready then.
Yeah,
Just kidding. All right.
thank God I am past that age.
Yup. This guy, I think he's alive.
Yeah, they're all alive.
Okay, they're all alive. Okay,
They're
I'll
all
give him a
alive,
little.
yeah.
I'm
Yep, somebody's
still-
escaping. Somebody's escaping in the red
Oh,
one.
thank you. Just say code red,
Code red.
and then I'll be
It's
good.
like our safety contract.
Yep.
Code red,
Code
code
red.
red.
Or code
No.
yellow or code green.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I'll get it.
The code red I always laughed at. Yep, got another one in the code red.
Thank you.
Did you order the code red? Did you order the code red? You can't handle the truth.
Oh, you can provide some commentary. if you like.
Yep. I almost had a code yellow there. See
Oh,
somebody.
thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So again, we're just going for 5 minutes. You should have 20 data points. We've got a code red again
Wow.
on the
so
wall.
you might want to make some observations on why these red guys are. This might be a psychological thing.
Yeah. Or you might want to do some research as to whether or not pill bugs can see color.
Aha!
Yeah.
That is probably a better start.
Yes, because you do want to do some background research regarding whatever question you are investigating. So for the first part, we were investigating whether they would prefer the wet or the dry environment. For the second part of the experiment here, we are investigating whether they prefer one color environment over the other. So those are, you can certainly go to the literature. You can research in Google Scholar. You can check and see if you can find any research on whether pill bugs prefer certain colors, whether they are able to see color, whether they prefer a wet environment or a dry environment. If they do prefer one of those environments, wet or dry, why would they prefer that environment? You can do a little research on all of those things as part of your background information that will go into your lab report. That is a required part of this particular lab report. You will have a title that should be specific to the lab. It shouldn't just be investigating pill bug behavior. That is very, very general, right? We want to look at what type of pill bug behavior are we investigating. Investigating the preference of Armadillidium vulgare for wet or dry environments would be an excellent title for the first lab report, or for the first part of the lab, which you are not actually going to be writing up. You're only writing up this portion of the lab report. So I don't want to give you the exact title, but you should have a title for this lab report that is descriptive of exactly what we're investigating. You'll have to have a purpose, a hypothesis, preferably in if-then form. You will need to have a materials section, code red here, code red.
Oh, thank you.
And in the materials section, there is one material that students always forget, and you would think it would be the most obvious material to include.
I'm going to guess.
What do you think?
Pill bugs?
Yes, they forget the Armadillidium vulgare. They forget the pill bugs. Or they'll put pill bugs but not say how many. So when you write your lab report, you want to write your materials and procedure so that somebody else could follow you exactly. All right, so we are at the 4-minute, 55-second mark.
Nice.
In the next trial, I'll talk a little bit about the requirements for the
I did want to
data
note that
section.
there is a little bit of a raise here for the paper. So
Maybe
if
that's
you,
why they're getting out.
Yeah, if you're
climbing.
making observations, if you can't see it on the video.
Let's see if I can get a different angle.
There we
There
go.
we go. All right. Okay, so I think we should be at the 5. We should be good. Boom. All right, so we're starting trial 2 here. So with the procedure, you want to write your procedure because in the previous video I talked about title, purpose, hypothesis, materials. This video here, this second trial, talking about data or talking about the procedure. Your procedure should be specific. Somebody else would need to be able to repeat your experiment, right? So you can't just simply say, cut holes in the Petri dishes. You want to indicate how to cut those holes and how big to cut those holes. You don't want to just say put construction paper in the bottom of each Petri dish. You want to say make sure in one Petri dish, put a circular piece of green construction paper that fits perfectly inside the bottom, and so on. In the data section, you're going to have you're going to have a table for each trial. A title that says trial 1 is not specific. When somebody looks at the title of a table, they should be able to tell from that title exactly what data they're going to be looking at. So your title needs to be specific. Number of pill bugs in each of 3 chambers, a red, green, and yellow chamber, every 30 seconds for 5 minutes. That would be a good title. And then you could add trial 1, trial 2, and trial 3 to the end of that title. When you create your graph, you need to have a specific title just like you have on your data tables. You also need to label your axes. Your points need to be plotted accurately. Your lines of best fit need to be accurate as well. And then you'll need to have a summary of the data where you describe any trends. You do not infer anything in the summary of the data that comes after the graphs. You just simply discuss any trends that you see in the data. You could include the slope of your lines if you wanted to, as evidence of an increasing or a positive or negative trend in any of the chambers, for example, in this. Then you'll have an analysis section where you will discuss whether or not your data supports or rejects your hypothesis. We don't ever say that it proves our hypothesis, code red.
Thank you.
Yeah, we don't ever say that it proves our hypothesis because we're only doing 3 trials. We're not proving anything, but we could be supporting our hypothesis or we could be rejecting our hypothesis. And the analysis will be the longest part of this, is going to be much longer than your conclusion. The analysis is where you are using your data to support or reject. You need to refer to your data, refer to your trend lines, refer to specific numbers, refer to means, refer to medians as you are going through the analysis section. And then the conclusion is just kind of a 2 or 3 sentence wrap up. You are going to need to include sources of error in either your analysis or conclusion. I don't really care where you put it, but you should have 2 or 3 sources of error. And you should have a section where you discuss future experiments that were suggested by or that you might want to investigate based on what you've observed here. Saying I would do this with more code red. Saying I would do this.
Oh, God, sorry.
Saying I would do more trials or I would have more pill bugs. That's not a future experiment. There's nothing different about that. That is something that should be in your sources of error if we don't have enough pill bugs or didn't do enough trials, or that would be something in your analysis section. You say, I would prefer to have had more trials, or, we believe that more pill bugs were necessary to really analyze these trends, something along those lines. That would be fine to include, but that is not a future experiment. A future experiment would be something else that you would want to investigate about these pill bugs. So we should have about 30 seconds left here. They are keeping Miss Sienna busy.
Yeah, guys. This would have been you.
Yes, you would have the fun of knocking pill bugs down all all class period. 15 more seconds to go.
I would have been just watching.
Yes, circulating, talking with you guys.
Yeah,
That's a lot more fun. Oh,
I'm sure.
Code red.
Ah, thank you.
All right, we're gonna go about code red.
Thank you.
Okay, so I believe we are back here.
Don't.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, he likes
yep,
you.
we are going. So we are back to our experiment. This is trial 3. And this is the last trial. We got code red.
Thank you. So yeah,
Code
once again,
green.
if you can't see, there's a slight raise in the paper here if you can't notice from the video.
Yep, which is a potential problem because they keep trying to climb out there. Code red.
Thank you. But I will not push it down because we want to keep the trials all the same.
Right, yes. Keep everything constant for every trial.
Oh, code yellow.
Yes. Code red.
Oh, this guy. It's this guy every time. God.
He wants out.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you any money this is the guy that had the issues
Yeah.
in the baseline.
Yes.
Yep. See? We've been doing this for too long. Can you tell?
Yeah, we've gotten to know our pillbugs on quite the personal level here. Oh boy. Quarantine's been rough.
Lonely.
Oh my God. Jealous of all these guys being able to hang out in
Look at that.
large groups all
Yep.
packed together.
I don't know if this meets the pill bug guidelines. I mean, I don't know if they're the
I
same,
know.
but
I
it's fine.
know. I was supposed to go to a Kenny Chesney concert this
Ah,
summer. That got
nice.
canceled. Kids' baseball stuff got canceled.
Yep.
It was not a fun summer. But got a little more family time, so that's okay.
Made the most of it.
Red.
Thank you. Get out. No, you can't come with me. Jesus. All right, we're good.
There we go. Oh, we got another code red.
Thank you. It's
Yeah, it's that paper. Yeah, they just keep coming.
I know. There's a little rebellious
Yes.
crew here.
Yeah.
I
I wonder who in our classes those pillbugs would be.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You don't want me to do that? I'm going to do it anyway. You all know who that is in our class, I'm sure.
If it's you, you know.
Yes. Oh, there's a green one.
I feel like it's not like a dog where like they're trained to kind of avert the brush.
Right.
They
don't care.
they don't care about the brush.
No. Yeah, they're not the smartest. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark. So just 2 more minutes to go. Yes, we've been recording pillbugs for about 40
Almost an
minutes
hour.
now, almost an hour. Yeah, we're starting to lose our minds.
If you're watching this, make sure you maybe have some caffeine. Pinch yourself. Make sure keep your eyes open.
If your group needs to pause and take a quick break, that's okay.
Yep.
Got our code red over by the yellow.
Right here. Oh, thank you.
We are at the 4-minute mark.
Nice. Oh. No overboard.
Not gonna do it. Oh, code yellow.
Thank you. Oh, jeez.
Is that the same guy who was trying to get out of the red?
Honestly, it probably is.
And then you got a code red.
Thank you. No. There you go.
We got about 30 seconds left to go here.
Now they're calm.
Yeah,
The last 30 seconds.
right. All right, so about 10 more seconds of time that we'll record. Hopefully you've gotten all your data points. And that is